Rock and Roll, this song got to number 7 in October 1993. Yeah. Stranger down, sleeping with an empty bottle. He's a sad and empty-hearted man. All he needs is a job and a little respect, so he can get out while he can. You always need to hear the sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Shattered, it's the middle of the night. Faces hide in the shadows while they watch their mother fight a fight. Says she's been unfaithful, she says her love for him was gone. The brother shrugs to his sister and says, looks like it's just us from now on. We always need to hear sides of the story. You need to hear both sides of the story. The lights are all on, the world is watching now. People looking for truth, we must not feel it now. Be sure before we close our eyes. Don't walk away from here till you hear both sides. No, 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 We are all gathered in what seems to be the center of the storm. We was once friendly, now stand each side of the line that has been drawn. Fighting here for years, but now there's killing on the streets. While small coffins are lined up, sadly now united in defeat. Always need to hear both sides of the story. Side of the story. The lights are all on, the world is watching now. People looking for truth, we must not fail and now be sure before we close our eyes. Don't walk away from here till you hear both sides. No, 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 white man turns the corner, finds himself within a different world. Yellow kid grabs his shoulder, throws him up against the wall. Says, would you respect me if I didn't have this gun? 'Cause without it I don't get it, and that's why I carry one. We always need to hear both sides of the story. We need to hear both sides of the story. Sides of the story. Sides of the story. Okay, there we go. Right, I've done that in the same key as Phil Collins. I've put a capo on. I think I was messing about with the tuning, so I don't know whether there should be a capo on the first fret or not. But there is in this particular case, because if I don't want to tune my guitar low or something, but I've tuned it to the record and I have to put a capo on the first fret. So might be on the first fret, might be off, and I've like tuned it wrong or something. So it's G, you know, D, C. So you don't have to put a D in if you don't want to. You just go G, C all the time in one. You got to do a D there. So there we go. So it's G, C, occasionally with a D thrown in between them. So D, C, and D and G, and D and C. So G myself in the gutter, and I see your part of town. But G lakes in the darkness with a D to see some stranger down. Sleep by with an empty bottle, D and C, empty-hearted man. All he needs is a job, or a split so he gets one while he can. He sings an A note there over the top on that last line of the first verse. So he needs a job and respect, so he can get one while he can. We D and a C, both sides of the G. And that's the first chorus. I'm calling that the chorus. I call that last line of the verse the chorus. It's another verse, and it changes that chorus. So it's D and a C, both sides of the D, and a C, both sides of the G. Ooh. Okay, then the middle A, C. Let's roll on. The world is watching now. I think he's been listening to Biko by Peter Gabriel there. Watching now. Reminds me of Biko. See, people don't give a drink, we must not cheat. Oh, let now be C, D, we go E minor. Don't walk a minor till you hear both sides deeper than E. So there we go, and I've covered that one. It got to number 7 in October 1993. And the reason I've covered it is because I picked up the single yesterday. I had a car boot this late in the year. It's an indoor one, which is just up the road in Aldingley. And there it is. There's the single, which I didn't have. I've got like a list of Phil Collins singles that I'll pick up and cross them off as I get them. And this one I didn't have, so it's there and it's crossed off now, and there's the pick sleeve, and I walk towards the camera with the single from 1993, Rock and Roll.